Uh,
Okay, we're gonna record, guys. It's week 14, so we've been, 14 times, missed the one. So
Yay!
celebrate. So I maybe just to share just the one quote because it's not a spiritual, but just the one I want to share. Quote. This is from Oprah Winfrey. Leadership is about empathy. It is about having an ability to relate to and connect with people for the purpose of inspiring and empowering their life. I think this is kind of my week, some kind of inspirational quote.
That's a good quote.
I like that.
Yeah, I have like family, the issues. I mean, I could say good and bad. So we are, they're all together getting through. So it's just coming, sometimes it's very emotional. I was a little bit, but I decided, that I have to be stronger. So I did some exercise with my friend, and that we study something together. It was good. So my mom is actually she's canceled, So
Oh boy.
yeah, so it's like final stage, but just not staying in the hospital with the family. So it's not like different from my dad. So I'm actually learning a lot, business and family life, and I think what is most important. Sometimes we forgot about too much focusing on money and work and stuff, but actually life is a lot bigger. So and also you guys always whoever you meet, I think is something you can contribute. I think connect. So I'm very appreciate you guys all today. So today maybe we'll share from whatever we have for last 2 weeks. So maybe start with Jen. You want to share?
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, I think I've been testing Alive, and Alive for some reason wasn't working for me. And I think someone in the group mentioned that different BMs are different. And I think Lindsay shared that, one of her BM, the CPC was so high. And, I can like back that up because I have like 3 BMs that I'm working on, and, testing the same thing, same product. And one's like 40 cents, one's like $1, and one's like $3.
Crazy.
And right now, I just decided to take a break on weight loss because until the new one came in, and I think Sung, you can tell the group what that is.
Yeah.
I've been running Revision, and which is the eye, and the Vita Pro, which is the foot fungus. And I was doing better with the foot fungus than the Revision. I was actually monetizing. Even on the test run on this BM that had 3 accounts, right? Supposedly it was strong. And with me, I don't, when I start a campaign, I only duplicate 2 assets because every time I do 3 assets, the third one always gets rejected.
Oh.
Whenever I appeal, they
every time.
reject me. But Facebook still sees that as a misdemeanor. They ding for it. I mean, it wasn't.
It adds up over time too.
And then eventually, yesterday, I was finally done with my testing, and I was gonna start scaling. I already spent like $700, but I actually made some sales, so I was like evening out. They decided to freeze my account. It was restricted, and it said it was restricted, but they were gonna give me $50 ad spend for account 1. $25 spend for account 2, and $25 spend for account 3.
Wow.
And the review button, there was no review button. When you go to account quality, there's no review button, but they're like, we restricted, but you can still advertise, but you have under these restrictions.
Wow.
So
I had that exact same thing happen with this week. I'll share on my turn, but go ahead.
I mean, I've never encountered this before. Is this a new phenomenon with Facebook? So I was like, you know what? if this is the game that you're gonna play, I just decided, I'm gonna see what happens if I spend the whole $50. And I did a scaling and I said, I'm gonna just run this and see. At this point, I was like, this VM was no use to me, right? So I spent the whole 50, I pushed publish and it restricted the whole account 1, not account 2 or 3, but I wasn't even, those accounts were not even warmed up. I already spent $700 and I run bioenergy on that account before. So there was already a big spend, right? So I'm gonna just give that up. Thankfully, I did all my testing. I know which one's gonna work, but I do like the food fungus one. I do like it because I've gotten sales even on the test phase, which is surprising.
Nice.
I think I tapped into a certain vein. And revision, I mean, I think Xavier and Six that they're monetizing, but I'm not seeing that with revision. But with the food fungus one, I did, and I've been running all these things on separate BMs because I didn't want to like have one thing cause a shutdown. Like I wanted to be siloed, and I have it all down here. Yes. And the other thing that I've been frustrated about is I've been trying to open up new BMs, and there's a problem with Preselio right now. I don't know if you guys are encountering it. They're not letting me publish my web pages. It keeps saying it's under construction. It's not just a meeting. There's a lot of people that's trying to open new, go in and create landers. They're not able to create landers because something's wrong with Preselio. So it says it's under construction. It's been under construction since Friday. It's already Thursday. I don't know what is going on, but that's why I went on the Hive and I asked because I thought maybe it's just me because I haven't created those things in a while. So I thought, oh, maybe I missed a step. Maybe this is why it's happening to me, but it's happening to other people too. So it's frustrating. If you have no BMs to work with, it can be very frustrating. So just keep that in mind if you guys are creating new BMs and have new domains.
Jen, is it the web page for like it's not for your lander, right? Or is it for the lander?
But you need a web page for the lander tool.
So it's the domain, like the web. Okay.
When you're adding a new domain into Preselio and trying to link it up to.
And you can configure it into the API, whatever the configuration. You don't have a domain that's working with host. Something's wrong with the host, which is Preselio. Because I thought it was a cheap problem, so I went to Namecheap. They're like, it's not our problem. You need to contact your host, web page host. So for now, I'm focusing on my food fungus. But I mean, I'm really excited that Sung is gonna tell us about it. But I'm so glad he shared that with me because, like you said, Lindsay, I think the spin is amazing with this new spin. I do acknowledge that stress does create the cortisol hormones I mean, I know so many women who stress, who overeat because the stress is emotional eating. So, and I love that the VSO mentioned the pandemic stress. So it's very current. People's going to relate to that. It is. Yeah. They're like, well, this is not something from the past. This is like something I can relate to right now. So that's all I have to share for now.
Thank you, Jen. Good. So you maybe watch I upload Tammy's.
I'm gonna do that tonight when I go walking. Thank you so much.
Yeah, she talk about the health niche one, vision and dentals and some fungus one. Also, I found out another one, hair loss. So I think
is that on a ClickBank too?
Yeah, yes. I found that one. Maybe we'll share, but. So you can watch that one. Maybe we will make some work on together. We make some, the fun
collaboration. Yeah.
Yeah. So but Tammy and a lot of people are actually in the.
I think the hair loss one will be great because a lot of people, when you're stressed, your hair start falling out, and so many of us have been stressed during the pandemic. I know I lost a lot of hair volume. I lost so much hair. It's so thin now. So yeah, I mean, I'll be interested.
She kind of, even she says she's moving to, she's not doing the weight loss and stuff, moving a lot to the other niche. So, but just, we'll see. So it's what time you wanna go? And- okay, Dave, you wanna
You bet.
share what you're doing?
Yep, as usual, pretty easy since I'm always far behind, it seems. So I had one account running. It was shut down last time we talked. I got it back. They shut it down again, got it back.
Oh.
And then every time something goes down, it seems to cascade where it'll reject the ads retroactively. And, when the ad account is down. Anyway, long story short, I finally got it back, but this time it was restricted, just like Janine was saying. So they locked it at $50 spend a day. Which was funny because that was the exact amount of the ad that I had put in that account. And so when they reactivated it, my $50 ad just started. So I'm just going to let it rip. So that is doing a live. I'm getting quite a few hops, but no sales yet. It's been running for 3 days now, and I'm just going to just let it go and see how it goes. I've gotten more hops than any other thing I've done so far. So I figured I'll just let it go for a little while and see how it goes.
How many hops a day? How many hops?
Well, I got 12 hops today on, less than $50. It's not even done spending yet today. So seems like it's averaging about 12 to 15 hops a day off a $50 budget. So the CPCs are pretty good. I'm getting just about 3% on the ads. So the numbers are good. So I'm just going to let it run for, another 4 or 5 days and see, just because I can't do much else with that ad account right now. So then last week, also what I did is I had purchased several profiles and business managers. So this week I put them all together. I've got 3 business managers up and running, and I'm warming up the pages right now for those because I want to try to have quite a few more business managers to be working with instead of fighting over the 2 that keep getting shut down. So
have you created the web pages? Were you successful? No under construction for you?
Well, the problem is I cheated because I bought like 16 domains last year. I went into Preselio and I linked them all up beforehand. So I can now just pick and choose domains that are already
You're
set up.
so smart.
It wasn't smart. It was just lazy. I just wanted to do it all in one time, so it didn't have to keep going back and setting up more domains. So I am able to duplicate funnels and choose existing domains, and I haven't had a problem yet. Because when I saw your posts on the Hive, I thought, oh crap, is there a problem? And I went in and checked it, but I haven't tried to add another domain in there yet. But I don't need to. I've got more domains than I have active business managers right now. So yeah.
That's good because you need one domain per pixel, so all those domains that's going to come in real handy because you're going to need different pixels for different products now because you're going to be running more than weight loss now because the
Yep.
other ones are selling, they have good AOVs,
Yep, exactly. Yep. I originally thought I'll just buy a whole bunch of domains just so I have them because I figured I'd be doing one domain per page at the time. And it was so slow going building stuff that they're sitting there. So I'll use them with these 3, and hopefully Preselio will get their stuff sorted out in the next week or so. I can't imagine they'll stay down for very long. They must have a lot of complaints right now.
Have you asked Nick about your offer?
Wait, when I asked him 2 weeks ago, he wouldn't tell me what he's running because he's testing, or at least 2 weeks ago, he was testing a new weight loss offer, and he wouldn't tell me what it was. And I didn't talk to him in the last week because I haven't had any new numbers to show him. So
I mean, he did change his story because the one of his pod calls in the past, he said only look at page 1 and 2. And the very current one that I think I loaded onto our group, he said, don't look at that. He goes, it doesn't matter the graph. He goes, it could be page 4, 5, 6, 10. It doesn't matter if you think that product, if you think it's good, run it. He's like, don't even worry about the gravity. So he changed his story. So he's running weight loss, something that's like really new right now. That's a hint,
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. I bet it's something that isn't available on ClickBank. I bet somebody, like a company, probably approached him or something.
I know what is running.
You do?
Yes.
Spill the beans.
I think he's running. He's Renew. Yeah.
He's running Renew.
Yeah, Renew is actually kind of like I'm getting good signal. Renew. I was but anyway, I will tell you later.
That was one of the first ones I tried and didn't have a whole lot of success with it when Nick was helping me, but I didn't have very many dollars put into it either. So that's interesting. Went back to that.
How about Ninja? Yeah, can you share?
So I finally had a BM to run ads in. Started end of last week. So ran a few things over the weekend, and I was having trouble with Preselio, but it was the I was duplicating an old campaign and trying to just take out like the domain, the pixel, like because I wanted to keep the ad or the pre-sale lander without having to recreate it. But when I was doing that duplication, I wasn't able to connect my pixel properly into Preselio. And it sounded like a few people were having that problem. There was a few posts on the inner circle. So what I ended up doing is just creating a new campaign and, copy pasting most of it. It was just because I had tweaked like where the buttons were placed and, a few things that I'm not super tech savvy. So it did take me a little bit of time to redo. But it was fine once I did that. And Michael Durr, I think, is the one who got back to me. And he said, Facebook isn't being very upfront with their upgrades as they go. And so what's happening is like all of a sudden, the steps that Preselio put in place to try to mitigate the changes Facebook has done, sometimes those aren't working now because Facebook is constantly changing too, it sounds like. So that was where the pixel problem was. It sounds like they sorted it out. Haven't had any problem this week. But I didn't try to duplicate a pre-sale page and then change it to another domain and all the other information, which I was able to do before because like my landers, I would just change it to a different BM, a different pixel, but have basically the same lander just to save me that step. But I'm running bioenergy code just as a warm up because I had that funnel ready. And I made one sale, which is only like a $30 sale. But it's a pretty small budget. I'm spending $20 to $30 a day. And again,
I think you should really focus with the bioenergy because you seem to have the best sales. You should.
I know, and I wonder though if it was that BM. Like I think I was just in a vein, like because I'm running all the same stuff from before, and it's not seeming to catch.
I see.
Catch on. But it is new. Like it really has only run for about 5 days now.
I don't think I can't tell if her face is like burned or not.
I know. Hi, it's so bright.
Like the English rose. Hi there. Hi, Sig.
Hi, Sig.
Happy birthday! Was it what? Birthday?
Yeah, it was Quinny's birthday a week ago. You want to say hi?
She's 6 now.
She's 6 now. School's out. No longer in kindergarten. Going to grade 1 next year. Is the movie over? No. Okay. You gonna go back and watch? No. Okay. But other than that, I watched the Revita VSL last night. I think I might try to promote that when I switch to weight loss.
Yeah. Yes, let's hope that's the one.
Yeah. And that's my week. And it's holidays here, so it's extra busy. So I'm focusing on making sure I have something running at all times, but not too many things that I have to keep track of.
But just so you know, when I run Renew, I ran to Canada and I had 2 sales in Canada with Renew. So people in, Canada's, it's, I don't think we should exclude Canada because Canada is like, we want to lose weight too.
Summer here. We only have like 2 months of it. So some parts it's 6 weeks, but
Thank you, Lindsay. So
you're welcome. Nice to see you, Sig.
So we'll have a next week will be better one, yeah. So, okay, Sid, you are perfect timing. So, can you share what you're doing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. I have been a little bit off this week. When everything like was like going down, starting with Father's Day. So at that point I just decided to stop for a little bit.
Well, so, I'm sorry. Can you I'm not clear on what went down. What do you mean? What do you mean, Sig?
Like the stats, the sales, everything.
Oh, I
Like
see. Okay.
the
Got it.
weekend of Father's Day,
Mhm.
and then the next week, all of last week, it was pretty slow. So this time I just decided to give myself a break, let's say. Yeah. So in the meantime, I have been working on more stuff for revision and also stuff for diabetes that I wanted to run something in diabetes.
Which diabetes are you running other than Diabetes Freedom? Which I wasn't very successful with Diabetes Freedom. Which offer are you running? Diabetes.
It will be the first time. I haven't run Diabetes Freedom. I had the Pixel and I still have the Pixel with them. I can see the sales on my Pixel coming from them. I don't know if that works or not, but those sales are coming to the Pixel. And I'm just doing research. At top of my mind, Seracare is the one that seems to be better.
Did they change? Did they change their VSL? Because that VSL was so boring, right? The VSL is so boring. Did they change? What is your take on that VSL? Their Seracare VSL. It's like a woman talking. She's so boring.
Yeah, that's the difference. That's maybe the difference, because you don't see many women talking on the BSLs, right? So that's what I want to test.
So it's maybe one thing I was research, doesn't matter. It's boring to you, but the whatever that get the sale will tell you. I think
Yeah.
you have to have a look different angle. Actually, Nick is very good at. I think everything he was saying, offer is the most important. So it's you have to have a different angle. So it's very so interesting. He was very good at looking that thing. I think. So,
Okay.
thank you. It's
No, he didn't finish.
oh, did you finish? No.
I think still we interrupted. So can you continue, please?
Sorry. Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it. I don't know, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, Xavier was talking to me that he wanted to promote revision. So he worked on a couple new creative that I am testing, and he was testing as well. I don't know if at any point you guys want to try revision, but if you do, then we have creative.
Oh,
That would be great.
there is. I think in the maybe watch the Tommy's Call. There is a guy. What's his name? He's Spanish guy. I don't know his name. He is doing.
Nacho.
Oh, Nacho. He's running another one. Revision. The kind of promoting eye stuff, and then he had a sale. He had a lot of mistake and long. And Tommy was trying to help her, and then still he got the sale. So it's amazing. And then ask.
Is Vista Clear?
Yes, maybe something I'm not sure. Yeah, he was pretty new one, but so
Are you running Vista Clear also, Sig? I mean, because
I did because I when I see it, I was like crazy about it. And I write to the affiliate manager. I just tell the guy, okay, I'm running revision. Let me know, what do you have better? What is on Vista Clear that is better than revision? I was pretty straight to the point. So tell me what is better. Of course, he gave me a lot of reasons. But at the end of the day, at least on my testing, with the creative that I have and everything, basically it didn't work. The BSL looks good, but for me, it didn't work.
that's so interesting.
Mhm.
That's so interesting. Does it pay well too? Is the AOV good too?
Yeah, pretty much the same. And the BSL is one guy from the Navy, something like that. Looks good. Maybe a little bit longer because it was over an hour. But overall, I run it for like a week. And in comparison to revision, revision is way better.
Revision is the British one, right? He's the British guy. He's the English guy talking, right?
Mhm.
That's so interesting. You think they're like similar, but then you're doing better with one over the other. It's just so
Mm.
I'll look into that too. That's interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
I had a mental call with Christine 2 days ago, and she Wednesday, and then she told me certain like a certain creative related offer, something like that. So she had very success with Lim Valley 3X. I think she's still running with a very exotic fruit, and then she squeezed it, and then water is coming down, so they can see the water, and then people love it, and they give a lot of good comment as well. And then they ask her what it is, this fruit, and she never tell because she wanted more curiosity to people. But she told me, so she showed me like that. So it's fruit in the hand, you squeeze it. It's video. So I don't know how she made it, and then water is coming down, so it's people can see the something like that. And then she put something on the top as well. So it's 40 over whatever, because
But it's like the juice of the fruit. It's
yeah.
not like water. It's like
Oh, so yeah, that's right. That's definitely you squeeze and then the juice is coming down. Yeah. So it was the
Are you sure it wasn't a water balloon?
I think yeah, like a juice. Sorry, not water, but something watery stuff is spilling up. So it's somehow she said that one nearly people love it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's
So it doesn't even have to be relevant to the creative. She can use that creative for some other product other than weight loss, and they'll still do well then. Because it's how interesting.
I was slow. I had like some Lynn Belly was doing very well with me, but usually Monday they do had a 300. After that was really saturate. But I think Nick or mentors tell like Okinawa, Lynn Belly, Biopede, those one is if you get into earlier, still they are running, but you want to do new, it's hard to get in. Some of them they putting a lot of money, so it's
Oh, sick. Since you did so well with the test run with Alive, you were getting sales. And I think you said at one point you had it the budget up to 400. Are you still running Alive, or are you still
no Toxibun you had Toxibun.
it was but then he did Alive too. Like he did a $400 test. You said you evened out or something.
yeah.
Are you still running
The
Alive?
best day was even.
Mm.
So then I changed to Tootsie Burn. It was getting even or losses.
Mm.
And maybe this is the same problem as before. I was putting $400, but at the end of the day, like 2 or 4 days later, I was getting limited learning. So that's kind of a problem for me, at least on my ad accounts.
Me too. I've noticed that within like 2 to 3 days, it turns to limited learning. So what is causing that again? It's different from low quality. Low quality is when the creative is like not good or whatever. What Facebook deems like low quality, but limited learning. But I'm still seeing, clicks on it. The CTR is good. But what makes it limited learning? I'm still confused right now.
Limited
Yeah,
learning just means it's not making enough sales to educate the pixel. And so they basically, if you're not getting what is it, 7 sales a day or 8 sales a day, then
Mhm,
50
mhm.
sales per week, yeah, something.
yeah, so it's like 50 sales a week. If you're not getting that, then the pixel's not learning, and that's what limited learning means. It seems to me that it also coincides with getting crappier traffic if you have limited learning, but technically it should be the same traffic. It's just Facebook is telling you, hey, I don't know what to do with your pixel because you're not making enough sales on it.
Yeah, and that's like the rule. Let's say they are trying to tell us that if we don't have like 50 or 60 sales a week, then the pixel is not going to perform at the level that they think that is good, right?
Mhm.
So on top of that, we're not getting the sales or the conversions from iOS users that have opt out. So that makes it a little bit harder because I have seen some days that I have the 8 sales that I need, but only 5 shows on the ad manager. And, and I can see because I'm using ClickMagick, I can see that those clicks or those conversions are coming from Android or from desktop. So I can see that I have 5 on Android and desktop and 3 on iOS. So
That's tricky. That means you basically have to make like 11 or 12 sales a day just to keep Facebook, learning or teaching
Mhm.
pixel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we have to have some kind of balance. And just, I think that just test the offers and maybe 2 days or 3. 2 days or 3, either it pops, so you have sales and enough sales, or you get limited earnings. So one way or the other. So with those weight loss offers, I was basically doing that. And I guess, at least for me, if it doesn't get me enough sales, then let's go to the next one.
Usually Christine give
So you just pause the campaign and start a new campaign when it's limited learning? Is that what you just said? I'm just trying to read. So you just
Yeah.
say,
I leave it like
Right.
one more day because sometimes, maybe 20% of the times, it keeps going.
even if you had sales there, even if you had like 5 sales there, you'll just pause it?
Yeah,
no.
the ad set and then the campaign,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
start with a new one.
Christine usually told her you have to have a 3 days when you test consistent sale, and then after that you can scale. Yeah, something like that. So it's now because algorithm is going ups and down, and that's the reason. I may be gonna show you the screen share. It's this one I found. I'm nowadays researching a lot of CB Snooper.
Uh-huh.
So this is now rising ClickBank product. Usually you have falling one, there's some weight loss. The
Diabetes
Black Penny,
Arbor
Tonic
Fit.
Research,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of new one, Biorhythm, everything is there going down. So it's a rising one. Now I think it's dental opera is going up. This one is really Gravity Plus. So the revision is a little bit slowed down. So you see the renew is popping up.
Mm.
Because I'm getting a lot of signal because the renew is somehow they hard coded my pixel. So this from last week they have 24, 25, and was it when we promote that one was like 20 or even 18, not even 20. Just 1 week they went up.
Can we see the top 20, please?
This
Top-
is top 20, yeah.
Or top 15, whatever it is?
Yeah, so I don't know. Biopit is up as well because, but I think definitely dental and then maybe
Hey.
hair loss
The third one, Altai blood, that is for the diabetes.
Oh, diabetes. Yeah, diabetes. Yeah,
I saw
diabetes.
it today.
Because diabetes is they are also promoting like a weight loss too. They combine the weight loss, so it's powerful because diabetes you can use
Same pixel.
same pixel as well as I think there is a new product. They are not today here. Okay.
Dan, is that the foot fungus one that you're doing, the Caravita?
Caravita Pro, yes. That's
Caravita?
Fungus one doing very well too. So it's
It makes sense because it's summer. People are actually wearing sandals.
sandals and
flip
that-
They, don't, they want to take care of their toes. Yeah, this is the right time of year.
I have we should that's the reason we should make the the funnel for a dental, vision, fungus or diabetic, and then maybe
Yeah.
each person can test, diabetic or visions or something like that, and we can collect the data and something like that. So it's that will be good. Also, I can show you the Provida one. Usually you can. They're
Can't believe
changing every day.
Ted's woodworking is on there. That
Yeah.
that seems
Cool.
to always be
It's been around
That's
forever.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, that one is actually Korean Paul Yu. He's promoting Korean people do
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's doing very well. So,
the Carbofix and Metafix, they're the same people. Carbofix and Metafix is Metafix is the wife of the husband. Same photo.
I'm looking
Yeah.
for top here.
So I clicked on that ProMind one, ProMind Complex the other day. It's like a brain health one, but it didn't have a VSL. It had just a page with text. Has anyone ever clicked that one to see? Because it's like it was quite a high AOV, and I thought,
Which one?
maybe that would be something. It's called ProMind Complex. It's number 8 on the list there.
This one?
Yeah,
You can click this
it's
one.
a supplement.
And then they will tell you gravity. And then average sale about 121.
Which one is the hair loss one?
Well, this one is a memory one. Like it's to boost your brain function. But it was a page. It wasn't a VSL. So I was wondering if it was the link I clicked or if anyone else had ever clicked or you tried that one before.
I've never even seen this offer before, so let
I
me see.
have seen a couple of offers without BSL. They just have
Okay.
text.
Okay.
Is it because they're so new they don't have a VSL yet? Is that why?
Well, maybe it's for people with memory problems who can't make it through a VSL.
Which one is the hair one? Which one is the hair loss one?
Hair loss.
What is it called?
Is
Is
it
the hair
also
loss?
the men's health?
Oh, it's for baldness. Then it's not for women. It's for baldness. Never mind. That will be hard for me to. I can't relate, so that will be hard for me to.
I will tell you. I don't remember by heart, but I found something because it was offer is most important because so many offers here. So it's find something unique for you, and then you get into earlier.
Mhm.
That's I think Nick was like the mention about his student as well. So it's what do you think, Six? Your point of view? I think opera is the most important because now so many of them. But luckily, everybody's going there. Is the ad gonna be expensive, and then you're gonna have a less chance to success.
Well, that's basically what I have been doing with revision.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know why I choose it. I don't remember why.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember why I choose it, but it was easier to get in, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. So it's so we
What are you doing? I know.
we
Sit
did
for a sec.
Pro. Is it like
I
that?
know.
Yeah, you spelled it correctly.
Oh,
You did spell it. That's correct.
yeah,
That's correct.
Levita Pro is I think it's usually come in here, but they changed it. The other day was they are popping up very well. They went up. You see they were up
Right here.
very. They are just very new Levita Pro, but they pick up very
Oh, for
quickly.
June.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
Can you show the group the bottle with the little lightning bolt?
also now like this one is a very high price too, $188.
Yeah.
It's average sale. So it's I had a 3 sale today, I think, but Facebook didn't show the stat. Only ClickBank, something like that. But the other 1 days ago, I had one sale. So, and then they actually talk about everything, stress, and the knee problem, diabetic. So it's like combined. But these people, I asked to pump up my commission, but they said that they asked me to show me your result. I did, my highest one was 800 something, but they didn't come back to me. So, but at the beginning, that's the I made a mistake. I used their link, and that didn't come. So I saw that I have to overnight, and then this hub link was 0, only like a 1 or nothing. So I had to, get the link from the ClickBank, and then I can see the hub. So I checked like that, and then I was using their link, and didn't come through because they were like.
Did you miss sales then, son? Did you miss some sales because of that?
No,
Or
no, no,
it
no,
was
no. I
you
think
found it quickly?
yeah, I didn't. I found it quickly because the stat, but also like a Facebook was a little bit miss sale too. Usually 2 sale, but they count up sale as well. I found that also that one renew as well at a 2 sale, but they refund. So
Okay, so if I'm not sure if everyone's clear on what we're talking. This is Revita Pro. This is a new weight
product.
loss that Sung
I'm
found.
running, so I will let you know. How next week is going. So it's
Yes,
but
and the spin on it is the stress hormone called cortisol. It's a hormone that's creating weight gain. And I love the spin on they address the pandemic stress that everyone's feeling right now and how stress is causing us to gain weight. And I think Sung mentioned all the good stuff that they talk about, lowering cortisol, belly fat, stress level. And it's a Japanese root from a small island in Japan. That's where it comes from. And they talk about how it turbocharges your sex drive.
yeah, but the new is popping up. Or they are not in the front page. So
And
they maybe
talk about anxiety disorder, low energy, lots of protecting the brain, and like there's so many things, and there's what would you call it? They like to it's an 8-second recharge. It's not like an 8-second routine or 8-second morning routine. Their little tagline is called 8-second recharge.
So how maybe so do we said can we have for another folder for creative for those non-weight loss health stuff folder?
Yeah.
So
Yep,
we
yep,
can
yep.
have, eyes and fungus and hair. I will find the hair loss and so it's also like how we usually do you got the ad copy from the vendor, you using that vendor's information or you make on your own? Said when you had a revision you said you use it from the vendor.
A little bit of everything.
Okay.
I have done like many different versions by
Mhm,
now.
mhm.
Yeah. I keep using my video.
Okay.
I'm testing the ones that Xavier did some modifications to it, even adding the bottle of the catsup. And like 3 different ones.
I
So
think yeah. Some guy did.
Is that what I think Tammy talked about that in her call,
uh-huh.
right? About she was putting the bottle. Did it make much of a difference on your numbers?
For us, didn't work. He tested as well, and I did, and it didn't work like much.
Hmm.
Maybe it depends on the because I run it to the same traffic, so maybe
Mhm.
some tweaks there is going to help. But
And
it's basically do whatever you do, but at the end show the bottle.
mhm.
And of course,
Mhm.
Xavier is really good with the creative, so he makes a transition and then the
Oh,
bottle.
transition in butter.
Mhm.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that would help sales, but I can see that that would help from people stealing your creatives to use on other products because, you know, no one wants to edit the video to take out the product.
I think also Revita Pro is coming that creative. Dave, you had that person, 2 person, remember? That one actually, Revita Pro has that one.
Oh, really?
They become shrink. You know, the guy is fat and becomes shrink. Exactly, it's your
It's in the VSL.
Yeah, you saw that, didn't you? Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I don't know where did this one come from. So it's I could use your video.
And you know what? That same overweight lady is in this VSL. The
Yeah.
blonde overweight
blonde
lady. She's only in it for like not very long. It's the whole video isn't about her, but the minute I saw it, I'm like, oh, there's the token lady. She's in every VSL for weight loss. Without fail, everyone I've watched, she is in it. It's the
And then,
same, it's the
yeah.
stock footage, right? So
And maybe you can
now it just
share
makes me
with
laugh every time I see it.
fungus one. Can you share your fungus one? You know the how it look. Yeah. So maybe we can make some other variation of fungus one idea. You know.
Sure, I spent a lot of time testing it, but sure.
Really? Okay. So that will be great. I think fungus. I think is now. That's Nick was mentioned. What you know, fungus looks very good. You know, she's very. He told him very appeal that fungus one. So it's Libizen. I think is a lot of people are now. Even you know our part or health. You know the health commission people are. Everybody looks like running the revision. I think so. They really had a good success. I think even who's you know some people had $1,000 you know offer something like that too. So it's
So did Sig. When he posted on Inner Circle when he did, he said it was revision, but he's been running it before everyone else has. He was before everyone else.
That's a very important. Nick was saying you have to get into early as possible. So somehow, yeah. So it's I mean, small group, you know, apart is
I mean,
okay.
a lot of people have vision problems. You know, I mean, as you age, your vision's gonna be, you know, your vision's gonna be, it's so there's always gonna be more people with
Revision and diabetic, I think diabetic and stress and those ones.
more people, you know, more customers to tap into. Yeah.
And then just a question, Sipri, because you know now I noticed that Facebook their stat was really ups and down, so it's not accurate. But click magic is it like a? I mean, how they can you notice that one too, or how click magic is it work? API.
Yeah, API.
So it's
So basically, I get what I get on Click Magic is what I'm getting. It's the sales that I'm getting. So I always have the right data there. That's why I have like the comparison between Click Magic and Facebook.
They're different. They're something different.
every day.
Oh, so it's just so much different. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's the main point is the iOS users, and of course that they have told us, right, that iOS users are not going to be shown. So that's, let's say that's true on their end, and that's what is happening.
But ClickMagick is show you ISO stuff or no?
Yeah, they have that capability. Let's say you
Mm.
can see each conversion, you can see the country, you can see the device
Okay.
and the operative system.
But our pre-sale you're not, because they coming from the Facebook, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think because we output data from Facebook and put into the pre-sale.
Yeah, then no.
Mm, mm. Okay, we have no idea, but looks like that. So it's we gotta think about it. So it's
Yeah, at the end of the day, for me, it's nice to have that data, but
mm,
like it's something that Jonathan mentioned a lot. At the end of the day, is ROI
mm.
the one that works. If you're getting ROI on a campaign and it is still active, not getting limited learning, then that's the one. I
But
have one campaign that is looking like that has been running for like 3 months, and I have been trying to get a second one without luck for the 3 months as well.
because the problem is because ClickBank and Facebook sometimes sale number is different. You know, I had looked like 3 sale, but they didn't show up. That's the reason I talked to Christine. Told me you cannot make a rule in the Facebook because it's a false rule. ClickBank had a sale, but Facebook didn't show up, so it could turn on your ad if you made the rule.
Yeah, for you guys, ClickBank is what it is.
That's
Is
right.
what you have to focus on, not the stats on Facebook.
Yes.
If you
That's
have a sale, you have a sale. That's not going to change.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe on Facebook is not going to show. But
Yes.
you still have the sale.
That means that there's it could be from ISO.
Mhm.
I've had instances where it shows that I had a purchase on Facebook, but then when I go to ClickBank, there was no
Right.
purchase. That's happened to me quite a, like
Yeah,
4
me
times.
too.
I was so excited and I go to ClickBank, then nothing. So that happens too, Maybe that helps the pixel, who knows? But, at the end of the day, like Six said, ROI is king. You want to see positive ROI, So, I mean, at this point, do we even need the pixel? Do we need the pixel to actually have a conversion ad going? Is that even necessary? Do you have to place a pixel on your campaign?
Yeah, I believe so. You can't run a conversion ad without a pixel.
Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because Facebook selling because of your stat. They get your receipt,
Data.
your impression. They didn't sell. They didn't talk about the sale. But you the impression, we charge the money whenever you have impression.
Exactly. I mean, I found out that Facebook's not just making money off advertisements that we place. They're selling the data. That's
Yes.
where the big bucks. So they want the pixels to run, right? Because they want to collect all that data to sell to everyone else, to Coca-Cola, and say, hey, this is the data.
Yeah.
Pay us $1 billion. We'll give you the, all the scoop. Yeah.
Yes, because the conversion is another, the way of campaign, stuff. So it's traffic and stuff. So, so okay. So next week, what are we gonna do? So it's okay. Sid, you wanna start with the next week? What we're gonna do? How we can collaborate, and what's your plan?
My plan is to run the diabetes alongside with revision, of course, in another ad account. For now, I'm not going to run weight loss for a few days,
Okay.
at least until next week, definitely, and start running diabetes.
Vista, no, which one is it? SarahCare? Are you gonna run SarahCare?
It's highly possible because that's on top of my list right now.
That,
Care.
would love to get some feedback on that.
That was Nick was learning. I think Sarah Care long ago. Last time, when I got the information, Renew and Sarah Care, he was learning. So,
Yeah, and the one that we just saw on the tool that Son showed us, I need to check that one because I saw it today and I think, well, this looked nice, and then you show it on the leaderboard and was on top, so I need to check that one.
Libita Pro.
It was some other name, but you show it on the leaderboard.
Yeah, you will see the recording. In the diabetic or which one?
Yeah, diabetes.
Definitely diabetic, and is I think hard because a lot of people have diabetic. They like the weight loss problem. You will have a probably 100 or 90 something percent. They're gonna have a diabetic, I think.
Yeah, obesity causes diabetes too. So
Yeah, so it's a lot of weight loss people are actually moving that. I think they are very similar too. So it's good. And then they said it's safer. Is it diabetic is safer offer or consider?
A little bit is safer, right? I did get a shutdown. I remember, like, I don't know, some time ago, trying to run for the first time. But to be honest, that was a profile from a friend of another country. So I think that Facebook didn't like having the person in one country and me in another one.
Oh, okay, you share connected. Yeah, that's not. I had to.
well, I ran Diabetes Freedom, and Diabetes Freedom was an ebook. So it was not a product, so maybe that's why it was safer, because they were just selling information, right? Because it's a digital information, right? So that's why it was safer, because it was not like a supplement or a physical product. But with diabetes, you can't say the word diabetes when you're running a diabetes offer. You have to say like type 2 or blood sugar. They said don't even use the word T2D, which means type 2 diabetes, because the bots can pick that up now. So don't use the word T2D. You can say type 2 or blood sugar, but don't ever say the word diabetes. They'll get you shut down.
But I think that type 2 is more than enough, right?
Yeah, if you're diabetic, you'll know these lingos. Yes. Yes, you want to talk like a diabetic. So yeah.
Yes.
Don't use the word diabetes or anything. Don't use it. It'll get you a shutdown.
That's good. How about Jen? What's your plan for?
Well, like Sig said, I mean, 4th of July is our holiday. It's a big holiday, and so I'm gonna just let whatever I'm running run.
Okay.
But I don't know if Sig knows this, but one of my it's happened to Dave too, but one of my account that has 3 accounts, every time I duplicated an ad, 3 ad sets, they always reject my 3rd ad set. And when I appeal it, I always get it back. But that was considered misdemeanor. There was like a score sheet, and they decided to shut down every campaign that was using that creative. And then when I reappeal, instead of like changing it, I just said, I don't care anymore at this point. So I requested a review, and they, like, within a second, they approved everything back. But then I think in Facebook got something they thought it was a suspicious activity, so they restricted my accounts. I told this to the group you weren't on. And it pretty much said the BM was restricted and there was no button for me to review. And they said, on the account one, I can only spend $50. On account two, I can only spend $25. Account three, I can only spend $25. I was like, what the hell, So I said, you know what, this is no good to me anyway. So I decided to just place a $50 campaign. And as soon as I published it, they restricted my account one. But the BM is restricted and I can't even appeal. Like there's no button for me to ask for a review. When I go into the inbox, there's no place for me to type anything in. They pretty much constrained it. So I'm gonna give up on that BM, but that's something that happened to Dave as well. Something new that Facebook's pulling on us. And this is not, I've had this BM for about 7 months. It just I've been only running PPEs and I ran bioenergy on it. It's not a new BM. I mean, I've been warming this shit up. Excuse my language. I'm so mad for a while, and then not sure why it's doing that, and it's no good to me now. So I'm gonna let it go. But I just want all of you guys to keep that in mind that it can happen to you too. If you have a new BM, just be mindful. I only duplicate 2 ad sets now. Every time I do 2 ad sets, it gets approved. There's no issues. It's when I'm trying to do 3, the third one's always rejected, and then I appeal, I get it approved, but on my scorecard that still shows up as a I'd still get a ding even if they clear it. And then
I guess like everything is like a numbers game. If Facebook doesn't like something and you have 3 of those, then 3x on your.
I know, but it was these are all creatives that was approved. I was using this creative throughout the whole process, right? The testing process, I was like, this was the winner creative, so I was duplicating it, and it's not like it was a campaign, it was all duplicate campaigns too. So
I think the lesson is the Facebook bots are completely arbitrary. It makes no logical sense. They just straight up, apparently 30% of the time, just say, let's shut that one down. And then, when you request, sometimes you get back, sometimes not. It's really arbitrary.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the BM to the graveyard. I'm gonna move on next, but yeah.
Thank you.
And I had 2 other BMs where I've had it I had it warmed up for a while, but now they're asking for a business verification. I'm like, I'm not gonna bother with that. So that's something new too, where they're asking, the only way you can request a review is if you verify your business manager.
Yeah, that happened to me a long time ago. And when that happens, because I tried, I did my own documents, my personal documents, fake documents, everything, and didn't get a BM verification.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother. I was like, but that's what's happened too. Yeah, but yeah, it's a numbers game. But I guess it was just happening too often these days. Yeah. But yeah. Well, you're not using Presalia, but you're using ClickMagick. You're using Convertris, so it's not an issue. But we're having some issues with Presalia right now.
Yes.
But yes, next week, this weekend, nothing, but next week, because my fungus BM got shut down, fungus was converting for me. That's the one. I've been doing revision too, but I was having more success with the fungus, foot fungus, with this BM. And I was actually, during the test phase, I was actually getting sales on a $20 ad spend, which was like, wow, and it's not just a small sale. These are $189, like $350. I mean, these are big sales. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I was so excited on it.
With the 300. Wow.
The $20 ad spend, when it's like that kind of big sale, it's exciting, and I even got sales on traffic ads. So I don't like I don't I run traffic ads because you're spending $20, $40, and then traffic ad people, if they do click on and they buy the biggest bulk. That's what I'm. So you can like make up all your money and warm up your BM at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm doing well with traffic, but even during the testing phase with the fungus, I was making sales. So
Mm.
let me first run my campaign on a new BM with fungus, and then afterwards I'll share my BMs. But please promise me that you're gonna tweak the images, because I don't want all of us to get shut down for whatever reason. Because
Yes.
it seems like Facebook's super picky right now. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
wouldn't want us to get shut down just because we're sharing creatives.
Yes, we
Mm.
maybe make some variation. I think nowadays you need some variation, otherwise you start going down. I think even
So
like our weight loss one rejected too. Somehow 7.
By the way, sorry, I'm also doing my own variations
Mm-hmm.
with my different BMs.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
So
yes.
I have the revision video. I
Mhm.
share it with Xavier as well, and he's
Mhm.
doing his his own variations. But if I have two BMs, I do some kind of change, so it's a little bit different. Even it's from me, but of
Mhm.
course Facebook doesn't know it is me.
Mhm.
what
So
what what kind of changes do you make that's technical that the Facebook won't pick up? Like, what do you do? Like, do you add what do you add, or what do you eliminate?
I just go to Capwick and just take a half a second, for example,
Yeah,
or
that's
put
right.
a little bit more of light,
Mhm.
What about
or
putting in a different watermark? Would that make it different if you put in a different watermark?
yeah.
And what about if the music's the same? Would that hurt you if the music is the same in every creative? Because certain music doesn't go with certain creatives. You have to have the right music for the creative, right? And sometimes you're so limited on the music choice. I mean, would that hurt you if you use the same music on all the creatives, but then you tweak it a little bit with the images or the time frame? Would that be okay?
No idea in that case because I don't use music.
Oh, you don't? Okay. I've noticed that silence and music, the music ones always converted better. If it's like a 16-second video, they're like bored. They're like,
Ah,
and then I've tested both. That's why I know that but the music has to be the right music for the video, right? If it's the wrong type of music, if it's rock and roll,
mhm.
whatever, people are not gonna like, they're not even gonna watch it. So the music's very important. It has to match. So, but I've noticed that if it's the right music, people prefer the one with the music and not the one that's silent.
Yes, definitely. You gotta change something, otherwise Facebook now very picky, so your stat is a little bit going down. And also, even I had that same ad was that turmeric one, because people ask a lot of questions and what it is, and then they
It
exactly
was
the same one.
it was a sea urchin. You're like squeezing lemon into sea urchin. Of course, people are gonna be outraged.
And the angry pay, but I was okay. But they when they rejected one time, I deleted, and then next one was approved going on. But next time I exactly same one, same account I did, and then they rejected 2 ad. But I appealed, and then they were like approved in less than an hour. So it's somehow they came maybe in those years. I don't know, whatever. So it's but
So
now I changed the creative.
do you think the negative comments had an impact on Facebook's decision to reject your creative? Do you think that's the those comments? Do you think that affects your rejection rate?
I don't know. I
Is
don't
there
know.
a correlation?
Mhm.
Because you said there was a lot of negative comments, social comments. So do you think that's why they rejected it the third time? Because it was approved the first 2 times. I'm just asking because I don't know. I don't
I
know.
I did the experiment. I did actually boost my post PP post through the boost. but I made a mistake. Somehow that's gone to Algeria. So it's only I did. They usually come up with $25, but I reduced. The $1 I usually, they usually do 5 days. So I did $6. So those Algerian people speak French. They put a lot of comment, a lot of stuff. And then some guy sent this very funny, the very dirty picture as well. So I have to delete it too. But after that, actually my stat has improved a little bit. I don't know, you guys done boost campaign. Usually go to the boost, but boost usually come with your like profile. But there is a button down there. You can choose your, the page. Also now I know how to change the country as well.
Did you talk to Christian about the boost? Because I remember hearing it a few different times about people saying don't use the boost option.
Problem is the boost. If you do the boost, you cannot change it. That's the
Yeah.
only things you can. But this one just I want to get the traffic. So somehow also this one is funny. What's target was when you do the boost, that they count as a messenger. How many people connect with your messenger? So you can chat with them. So you get actually you do proper one, you can do more social score, I guess. Because lately I was researching a lot about ranking, quality ranking, engagement ranking, and conversion ranking. Now they changed the score, 3 different rankings. Used to they have a score 1 to 0, 1 to 10, but now they have a 3 divide. Quality ranking, engagement ranking, and
You know what those categories are?
yeah, you can turn on that one. Usually you go to the stat, you get the custom one, so you can turn on all the ranking.
And it'll tell you what your ranking is? Is that what,
Yes,
what you're
yeah,
saying?
usually they will tell below 10%, 20%, start with the below 10%, 20%, 3%, and then
Oh.
average, above average, something like that. So it's
And it's in the campaign or is it in somewhere else?
yeah, it's stat, but you have to turn on. You usually go to the customized stat. So you type maybe rankings, your 3 ranking will come. You just click.
If you have the time, can you do a Loom video to show us where to find that?
Yeah,
That'll
I
be,
can show
because you
you.
brought it up. That'll be very helpful.
Or I can do with my Zoom, so it's, I don't have to have Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's, I think once our screenshot and I can show you that one. Sid, you had that one before, or you turn on the ranking and stuff?
Nope.
No? Okay. Because we don't talk, but I think other Facebook, the YouTube, and there is Asian people, they always talk about this one a lot because Facebook is a very social platform. We don't care, we don't much. As long as we get ROI, it doesn't shut down, and a lot of people don't want to spend that time. But I was looking more different perspective view and how become friend with the Facebook. So your account can last longer. So that's a little bit my the point of view. So pushing that way.
So that's why you're doing the boost.
Yeah, somebody told me when you do the boost, I don't know why they boosted.
If you do the boost, doesn't it go through your personal account, like your personal profile instead of your business manager?
You can. There is a tab there, that you can choose your pages. So you don't choose that one. You are advertising your personal account, but you choose.
Isn't the boost just the option for personal? Because that's how I used to advertise before I knew anything about the business manager. For my other business, I would boost it because I didn't know there was such a thing as a business manager. But that's going through your actual like personal profile account. There's every profile has their own account. It's not going through your business manager.
You made a business page. There is a tab there. You can.
There's an option for you to say, I want you to run the boost through the business manager.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, and then you will you can select your account as well. So So it's if you have a multiple ad account, so you can see that, like a PPE. But somehow name was funny, that they come with a whole, my sentences come, whenever you put the, not like, I didn't change it. There is something option to change it too, but all my, the sentence was the name pop up too. So that's, I did.
Does it mean anything if the quality ranking is empty? Like I just looked in the BM that I'm running in.
You have to have, I think, 1,000 impression or something. There is a certain number you have to get that first. And then you
Okay.
get the ranking. Yeah. When you're beginning, you don't,
What am I at? I think I'm only at like
yeah.
500 maybe.
Yeah, you have to have like
Probably
1,000 impression, and then you
Okay.
get the ranking. Yeah.
Okay.
So you see the 3 now. Okay? Did you turn on the screen?
Yeah.
You can maybe share, or you wanna quick share?
Oh, I just moved it because it didn't show anything. Sorry.
Okay. So maybe I will show
It's
you.
under, yeah, if you go into those custom columns,
And then
I just typed in quality and it popped up, and then I added it to a
the
custom.
ranking is.
Yeah, makes sense. There
Yeah.
are like, I don't know, like 100 different things to choose.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You can choose.
Definitely
But
traffic is important.
mine's currently empty. I have no,
Mhm.
it's just that it has a dash in it, so it doesn't have, I'm not ranked good or bad, I guess.
Have you any people because Jen, you, since you do a lot of traffic, you do the traffic campaign for most of time, isn't it?
I start with the traffic before I run a conversion, because you want to make sure your creative is approved, and I run it for 3 days before I actually run a conversion ad. But then I've been keeping it on because I've been getting every so
Also
often.
make a stat different too. Is it, you got the traffic first, the traffic is better.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you
When
mean.
you do the traffic
Mhm.
first, your stat will be much better.
I-
Better CTR, CPM, and
I don't know, but I mean, traffic ads always have high CTRs, and the cost per click is so much cheaper. You know that.
yeah. But after that, also your conversion campaign.
But if the creative and if if the campaign is pretty decent, when you see that the landing CTR is like 30%, sometimes 40%, that shows you that even the traffic people are interested in going to your landing page. It's a good sign. Sometimes it can be like 15%. If you're creative and if your campaign is like mediocre, even the traffic people won't bother clicking to learn more and going to your lander. But if it's a good campaign, even at the traffic level, you'll see that the CTR is pretty high. The pre-sale page CTR, then you'll know that your campaign is going to be pretty.
Your creative is.
It's an indicator. Let's put it that way.
Is it gonna have exactly same CTR? The traffic and conversion.
No, conversion CTRs are very different. It's always better. The conversion ad campaign CTRs are usually higher than the traffic ones. Because traffic people, they're not there to buy. They don't want to like click and learn more. But if they do want to click because they're curious, and your CTR shows you like it's 30, 40, 50%, you go, wow, then you realize, I have something here, because traffic people are different type of monsters, right? Do you know what I mean, son? Traffic people are not interested, they're just clickers. But if they're if they're not just clicking, they're like really interested in knowing what
But
this
if
is
you
about.
click more, your CTR should go up, isn't it? Because you are.
So the CTR for traffic, I mean, all these people, everyone here will agree, will be so much higher. It's like 15, 18%, 20%.
That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, for conversion, it can be anywhere from like 3 to 12. I mean, the best I've had was 15, But I mean, if it's higher than, if it's like 7 and 8, I'll be happy, That's a good, I mean, it has to be better than 4.
Do you think that Facebook sends you better traffic after you've run a traffic ad that,
No, I think it all
Has
depends
good-
on, I think it all depends on the VM.
Mhm. Okay.
I mean,
I
'cause
think, is that what you were trying to get at, Sung?
Yeah,
Is
that's right. That's right.
seeing if the traffic campaign first
First, yeah, that's right. Mhm.
gives you a better conversion traffic, like better audience, I guess.
Well, I run,
Because
I run
Facebook picks and chooses, it seems like, what
I
kind
run
of
the
traffic.
same audience that I'm gonna run for conversion with the
Mm.
traffic, you know?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm running up that way, yes.
Because Jonathan was doing, because he did a traffic. After that, he used a post ID. If it is good, traffic even get the sale. You use a post ID to, go to conversion.
I've used post IDs. So there's I stopped using post IDs because once you do the post ID and
Change.
Facebook has a problem with your campaign and they want you to either they reject it
Really?
or then you can't go in and change it.
Mm.
You cannot go in and change it
Yes, because you got the
Like
old.
edit because
the-
you're just so that's where I was like, sometimes you want to make tweaks to your campaign, right? And you can't. That's when I was like, I stopped using it.
But on the other side, if you use it, you get the comments, reactions, and everything.
Social comments, right?
So she
Mhm.
attribute will carry the good juice stuff carry on, and then also they can approve very quickly. Already they know
Right.
your stuff is approved, so you don't have any rejection.
Mhm.
I've done before, post ID. So I made a 5 copy and they were very quickly approved. So that's another, especially if you have a vein.
I guess the strategy would be to keep on, even if it's like a low budget traffic ad, just keep it on for like 10 days. If you need to make tweaks on it, make a tweak on it. And then, in the meantime, you can still run conversion ads without the post ID, but make sure that's the winner campaign before you use that post ID because for whatever reason Facebook rejects your ad for it's the same like duplicate but they'll reject it, and when that happens you can't go in and like fix anything. I've had that issue with weight loss. It was so frustrating with weight loss, so but then I think Chris Reader and Nick Price say, I don't care about the social comments. They don't do post IDs. They're like, and then I think it was Jay Gearing's the one that keeps saying, well, this is important. They both said, I don't do that. It was the last webinar Monday where Chris Reader and Nick Parai, they shared their scaling method. They both said we don't bother with it. So
Okay. So next week, who gonna be in charge? Or you wanna maybe we're gonna do the new kind of chapter for you wanna lead and then do the somehow we're gonna plan over tech for a non-weight loss campaign stuff. So that we did before creative copy or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
Are we like on agreement on what we're going to do?
Not yet. I mean, just suggesting. Yeah. Yeah. Not yet. So it's
well, it'll be great for all of us to monetize on something that's working, that's safe. But while we're still working on finding the winner weight loss, supplement, that we can push. But we have to make money while we're working on it. So it will be great if we can collaborate on what that is. I'm working on Foot Fungus. It's so far on the testing phase. I made sales, so I'll share that. But if someone else can come in and share something else, and then we can all take turns running it. I mean, because what's working for me on my BM might not work for you on your BM. So, if you're sharing something else, maybe if I use it on my BM, it might work on my BM. And if I share something with you and it didn't work for me, but it's working for you, then we're all making money. That's synergy, right? We can all share.
Because of more choice, this one we can do dental, eye, foot fungus, and diabetic. Four stuff. So everybody can go to the.
I'll look up
Revision.
the dental one this week.
Revision,
How's
right?
that?
Because you said Xavier, is he gonna be okay with us using his creatives?
We need to ask him.
Mhm, mhm.
I just shared with him everything that I have, and a couple days later, he gave me the creative that he did. So I think we just need to ask.
Mhm. Yeah. And then
Cool.
I will have a look the hair loss. I will find that.
I was gonna suggest I could do that since I'm definitely that target.
Okay, you can do that.
Okay, so I mean, whoever can relate to it the most. So yeah.
Oh, I have some vision. I think creative and stuff. I could get some all kind of creative vision. I saw some, but make some. You can put the eyes, hand. So,
I think yes. I mean
somebody did eyes, hand like this.
Pan's Labyrinth style. Yeah.
Yeah, something. Or
I don't understand the joke. You have to send me that image. I'm like, what are you
you
talking
put
about?
the eyes here on the hand.
But I think you know what?
Third eye.
I think the one that we should focus on should be diabetes because it's so close to weight loss, and we can use the same pixel. We don't have to create a new pixel because I think diabetes one would be great. If we can share, if we can watch the Sarah Care VSL once more,
Okay.
all of us,
Okay, I'll focus on that one instead.
and add copy.
Yeah.
I think because it's so relevant to weight loss, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can go switch. The weight loss is good. Diabetic, you can switch right away, isn't it? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And add copy and images.
Mhm. Mhm.
And just and we can discuss which words after we see our ad copies, we'll know if we're using the wrong words. That's gonna get us shut down. There's certain words we shouldn't use. So
Also, I heard the fungus, whatever vision, those one is you can do the warm up, like instead of biorhythm, you can do as a warm up.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
Tammy was saying.
it's
Yeah.
safe enough for you to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can do that as a warm up, or those people like the Jacqueline or whatever, they do warm up as those vision, for whatever dental. Those one is as called the safe over.
Well, I'll look into diabetes then. I have to sign out. My
Okay, bye.
poor sunburnt Sarah's face. I have to go put some
Sure.
aloe and cool
Yes.
cloths.
Okay,
It
thank
was nice to see everyone, and I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, Lindsay.
Take care, Lindsay.
See you later.
See you.
So what kind of agreement, Cyprian, we need more?
I do think that we need to focus, even though we want to branch a little bit, but focus on
Okay, one item, something like
on something. But maybe we can do let's say next week we're going to do or either diabetes or revision.
Okay.
And then we decide, okay, in 2 weeks we're going to see fungus. In 3 weeks we're going to see hair. In 4 weeks we're going to see whatever the next one is. So we start working on the site, and let's say Dave is going to work on the site, and maybe he's going to present in 4 weeks or in 5 weeks. But he's going to be working a little bit every week to get there. So
I'm okay with that. That sounds
do
good.
you want to start with revision next week or diabetes?
Maybe diabetes, because it's connected to the weight loss, so we can,
Okay.
we go
I'm definitely going to have something ready for next week.
Mhm.
Of course, it's going to be the first iteration, but that's going to be ready.
So are we clear that it's gonna be Sarah Care that we're working on? Because I don't know, was it Nick? re-listen to he mentioned a different diabetes offer. It was not Sarah Care. It started with the
But
D.
Sarah Care is good also, like they
It's the Distaflix or Dista, I forget what it started with the D. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I haven't
have-
heard that pod call yet, but I'm going to this weekend. So when I listen to it, I'll look for that. And I'll let
It
you know
was
what he said.
something else. If it was Sarah Care, I'll be like, oh yeah, I know Sarah Care because I
But-
watched ESL. It was a different one. Maybe it's not on ClickBank. I don't know. Maybe it's
But
from,
we make a genetic diabetic, so it's
Yeah.
very similar. You know, you can go Sarah Care, whatever. You know.
That's
Yeah.
that's something important. It's like weight loss. We're
Yeah.
going to have a funnel, and basically we switch the offer,
Very quickly, minimum
and,
change.
and we need to again to find the winner. If Seracare is the first one, okay.
Mm.
If Seracare works, great. If not, we go to the next one.
Mhm. Or-
Eh,
So one person goes to Sarah and a couple of people go to different. So we can do that way too. You know, there's because just to change the.
No, I think everyone should focus on Sarah Care so that when we share our ad copies, then we are all like in the same mindset, you know, because if you share like a different offer, I mean, I didn't see the VSLs. I'm not even gonna relate to your ad copies. You know what I mean? I think in the next week the week after we should focus on a different offer, one offer at a time collectively as a group. What do you think, guys?
mhm. I agree.
Because
I think that's
then
smart.
then we're all over the place. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Is,
yeah, okay. Testing stage. Yeah, we can do that.
But let's do diabetes for next week because it is so close to weight loss. We already know what weight loss is about. We know the lingo, the language. We just have to like tailor it to this product, Sarah Care. And then if you're gonna be using words that Facebook doesn't like, then we can point it out to each other. We shouldn't use this word. Let's use this word. But I like your ad copy. We just have to take this word out and share whatever creatives we come up with. And I heard Bonnie does very well with Diabetes Freedom. She said images with the feet, it does the best.
With beat.
Images with the feet.
Oh,
Feet. And so did Les. Les always said, you know, whenever I use images with the feet, it does the best.
Oh, also because diabetes, exactly, you can use the weight loss images.
Yes,
Yes.
but the feet,
Whatever
something
already we have, we could use recycle.
right. That's true, but the
Also
feet,
food as well. I think diabetes is related to food as well. So it's
yes, but
Yeah,
the feet is
the idea.
Mm.
I don't know if you have had someone in your family with diabetes, but I had
both my parents.
uh-huh. I had my grandmother. She passed away. I don't know, some time ago. She had the problem and she didn't do anything to it for a long time. So at the end of the day, the doctor had to basically cut the leg.
And
So
yeah,
that's the biggest point there. So if you don't treat it, maybe you're going to, and some of the BSL actually say that there is a chance that you lost a leg or some part of your body.
But see, that one will be SL. People will do it. We're gonna do in pre-sale page, or just the image. Yeah.
no, but
Yeah,
it's a real fact with diabetics. If they don't take care of their feet, they're gonna get amputated. Like there's so many weird, like they're gonna get infections, like you know, like if they don't cut them off, they're gonna die from like it's gonna spread and they're gonna die. It's very, very important. It's like people, we need to drink water, right, to live. They need to take care of their feet. If they don't take care of their feet, they're gonna die as a consequence. Yeah. So the feet is the emphasis. So if you can find something with feet, I think it'll be a winner because the diabetics will be zoomed into that. Go, oh my gosh, because they relate to that issue. It's such a big problem for them.
Already you have a feet one, dog feet, human feet. You
No,
create.
but like something interesting, like I think Blessed did one with a pressure point, but something interesting that feet, I mean, they'll be drawn to feet. It's like a bee to the honey, you know what I mean? Like bee to flower, like they're programmed to like when they see feet, they're gonna be like, wow, this is an ad that I can relate to. I think so. That's but both Bonnie and Les, they are very successful with diabetes. They both said, you know, feet, anything to do with the feet was the like the best winners. I think she shared one on the. There's one of that she shared as an example.
I
But we
can
have to make it different, obviously, because you know hers have been floating around Facebook for too many years. Yeah. We'll all have a different. There's 5 of us. There's gonna be a different take, regardless. I mean, we're all gonna have a different take on the creative. So that's the beauty and the power of this group, that because we're all gonna have a different, you know, like a different take on it. So.
Okay, so
Excellent.
next week, diabetes in 2 weeks.
Mhm.
What are we going to do? Like to write it down and put it on the chat.
Mhm, mhm.
Yes, we'll have ad copies and headlines. And
Uh-huh.
whatever image we think will be feasible, you know what I mean? Like Sung said, it doesn't have to be a feed, but if it's something interesting that you think it's related to diabetes, if it's gonna drive curiosity, um, let's use it. You have to test it, right? I mean,
Mhm, mhm.
so whatever diabetes, whatever creatives you can contribute, but come up with something new. Like don't use old images. Go to be lazy and go, okay, I'll just put this up. You know, put some effort into it. Oh, and this is a different topic, but I was thinking about for Revita Pro, you know, the new weight loss that we're talking about. Are you familiar with
Uh-huh.
Revita Pro? You know the creative that you have with the lady with the bathrobe with the towel around? That'll be perfect. Now
Mhm, mhm.
that creative will be perfect for that for Revita Pro, because it's all about relieving stress to lose weight. And when you're in like that state of spa, she's like, you know, taking care of herself. She's having a spa day, right?
Mhm, mhm.
That will be the best creative.
You make it, yeah. Then you come up with it. We
He
could use
did.
a boss in that case.
He already came up with that.
They have it.
That creative is gonna be like spot on for that. For Revita Pro. I was thinking about that's a perfect creative.
Yeah,
Okay, I haven't heard about Revita, so I'm going to check it out.
yeah. Check it out. These it actually cover diabetic, knee problem, stress, almost everything.
Uh,
They put everything into there. So it's
This is everything.
yeah. So
But it's the spin is on
then I had a sale too. So
the spin SIG is on
I
stress
will
level,
let you know in the next 3 days. So.
the stress levels, you know, the hormone, the cortisol, which is a hormone. When you're under a
yeah,
lot of stress, it increases, and that's what causes the weight gain. So that's the spin.
I
Hormonal
remember.
causes weight gain.
I remember that Medicore also talk about cortisol.
That's right.
See, I'm telling you, son, it's the same people. If you see the bottle, you're gonna see the little lightning bolt on Revita Pro,
Mm,
just like Medicore. I'm telling you, it's the same people. It's
okay.
gonna do well. Yes, it's the same. It's got the little, you know, Medicare has that little lightning bolt on the logo, like a little
Mhm,
lightning
mhm.
bolt. Revita Pro has the same lightning bolt.
Yes. So it's, I found even Christian nobody that promoting. So it's good to get into early as possible. So I will let you know. I had actually one sale. I had a 3 sale today. So with but
And
steady they're going
the
down.
AOV is really high. I mean, the one bottle is $89 sick, $89 for one bottle.
But it's ups and down, and Facebook also didn't give a stat, and also like I'm not sure it's a little bit didn't had a 1 day, so it's very new, so it's so gotta be.
Well,
So I used my pixel data too, so it's I had more than 500 fires at the moment. It help as well. So it's,
Okay, guys, I gotta sign off.
okay,
My
good.
family's waiting for me for dinner. Take care, guys. We'll see you next week.
See
Bye.
you.
Bye bye. So it's we come back strong, you know. So it's everybody go to something different ways. I think because a lot of people are moving to revision at the moment because they weight loss is a lot of people are dropping out, I guess. Or big guys are still winning, so it's something like that. I'm not sure, but
I don't know if we need. I guess
Hmm.
this is my opinion, right? We need to test because
That's right.
when I started with revision,
Mhm.
I feel like I see the pop, like
Yes.
what everyone said. So between the first 2 days, I have 3 or 4 sales with $50 budget. So
Oh,
I
that's right. That's right.
something moving there. And then I started doing changes, more budget and different headlines. I didn't check the creative because I using the same.
Mhm.
But my point was that at this point, I think that we know how to do copy, we know how to do creative, we know how to do landing pages, like the minimum to stay compliant to Facebook and to sell.
Mhm.
So we need the offer that converts.
So how did you scale up? You use a scale like same, you know, the same copy. Like you did $50, so you made $100 one, something like that.
Yeah, I did. I have done many different variations. I remember that I told you that I even did a bully method.
Oh, okay.
I managed to put one campaign working with $800 per day, and that is working for the past 3 months.
Oh,
Some days is getting losses, but the majority is getting me a ROI.
mhm.
So I'm not looking at the day, I'm looking at the week, and at the end of the week, I'm getting ROI.
Mhm.
Because sometimes you see a day and I need like minimum of 8 sales to get close to those $800 that I'm putting, right?
Mhm.
So sometimes you see 3 sales and you go, oh, no, you get crazy.
Yeah.
What's going on? But maybe if you wait a little bit and you see the whole week,
Coming.
then you have
Yeah.
ROI.
Yeah.
And the most important thing for me is that campaign has been active for 3 months. So
Oh,
it's not getting into limited learning.
you didn't change. You didn't change.
Yeah.
anything. That's
Of
Nick
course.
told me $2,000. He had a $2,000 campaign. He know what he doing. He usually go big. Yeah, he made a big move.
When I did bully method, I put 2K as well, but it
Oh.
didn't work.
Oh.
And trust me that I have tried many different things, like to get a second campaign to be equal to this one,
But very
with
hard.
$800 or 900 or 1K or 2K or 400 or any kind of different variations on different ad accounts, on different BNs.
Mhm.
But I have only one that has stay. Of course, I'm happy with that.
Only one.
But,
Yeah.
but I want, of course, to get more. So that's.
But you
my
didn't
experience.
do the ID post ID?
I'm doing post ID, yeah, and I that's something that at least myself I keep track of. Every single day I go and check if everyone is putting a comment. If it is a negative comment, I just
Delete it.
I'm using the block list, so it is already high.
Mhm.
So if it is already high, I just leave it there. If it is something like kind of in the middle, I just unhide it and make a comment. Sometimes I ask people like a question back, Sometimes people just want to like to be heard at some point, right? Like because some people have just reply back and say, "Hey, thank you for replying, and thank you for your opinion, and thank you for that." And at the end of the day, those are likes and hearts reactions that at least I believe that that works. And when people write to the messenger, I always reply, even if they go in another language. If they put something on another language, I just go to Google, put the whatever they just copy paste in Google, and Google is going to bring you the translation. And then I write something in English, but I write it. So because that's something important, because you have to reply back to your customers. In this case, it's like we are some kind of like like they are our customers. So you have to reply back, and you have to reply back within 24 hours. And that's one of the things that they measure. That is a metric as well.
Just
How
this,
fast you reply to people.
just one question. Sorry, you had like some kind of pain. You said that pain lasts 3 months, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
But then, did you increase the like budget that one, like a
No,
30%, or just leave it?
I just leave it.
Or you didn't touch it? How much
Mm.
budget was it, that one?
I was doing because like I was telling you, I see the pop like in the very first campaign, so I was happy with revision.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like doing 50 because I start always with 50.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was doing like 80, then 100, then 200, then 400, then 600, and then finally 800. When I got to the 800 one, that one stick. So I never touch it again.
No, but no. You said that you go to the 50, but did you increase the budget to the, or you copied one?
Okay. No,
Yeah.
I always duplicate at
Oh,
a higher budget.
duplicate high budget.
Yeah, and to
Campaign level.
something that Janine was talking about, I only doing like one. So I always duplicate, but I'm duplicating just one. So I was duplicating one ad set at $50, then one ad set at 100, 200.
Oh, in the ad set level. So you
Yeah, but
in the ABO,
just one at a time.
but that's ABO, isn't it? In that case, no.
I have tried both. Uh, the one that is running right now is CVO.
Oh, but I'm saying you see the, like, you had a $50,
Mhm.
that one is doing, but you copied ad set. That's right. But how can you put you have the budget? You have to increase your budget if the
Yeah, I duplicate into a new campaign,
oh, new campaign. Okay,
and then I put my new
increase the
budget,
budget. Yeah,
and then I put the ID.
I'll post ID. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. You do it that way. So so you copy the campaign, not an ad set. You see if you do the ad set, it's a campaign is there. You add ad set to. So
He's
it's
not
same
adding,
one campaign.
he's not adding assets. He's technically just duplicating a
One
campaign,
campaign.
not duplicating it at the ad set level. He just has one ad set basically then. One campaign, one ad set, one ad. Is that correct? Yes.
Oh,
Because
Yeah, but there is a little difference. I do duplicate at the ad set level, but then you have options to duplicate in the same campaign or
yes.
in a new campaign. So I always choose the new campaign.
New campaign.
No reason or no big theory behind it, but that's just how I do it. Maybe just to like to have order. So I have
if you do that, it's not taking it to a new vein. I mean, it's taking it to a new vein regardless. You don't know, but would that be
What I'm asking is, for me, was giving a biggest sale is now, the one campaign and one ad set, and then ad. I have more ad. You know, I get the more, like last time I had 5 ad, but they are, you know, they are fighting each other. But two ad is really
That is,
fair.
would that be considered an ABO then? If you have one a campaign, one
CBO,
ad?
CBO. I'm doing the CBO. So it's they will give a budget to each ad. So it's whenever now I usually get one campaign, one ad set. I usually 2 ad or 3 ad. So it's that one is somehow I saw that a lot of Facebook sometimes is the same creative, but they have 6 ad. I saw some people had 30 ad. So I don't know why this one somehow work also like a did who's another person she did that way. You know that if you do that, you don't have much control. Facebook will control. Facebook will give you more. Your
When you
stat
have-
is still good.
But when you have like the at the ad level, if you have multiple ads, they're putting in different creatives.
No. I'm so all same ad. You just
Why?
application.
What's the point of doing that? Does it all go to a different vein? I'm curious.
I don't know. Somehow Facebook, if you do that, your CTR is very more than like 10%, and they got the better CPM is high, but they get the sale. You know, even I had $800 sale. You know, always like that. Somehow
It
it's
has
very
to be a vein. It has to be a vein. And something that Xavier and I test with revision was that I had, besides the video, I have an image. When I was doing the bully method, I just tried exactly what Son said. So I had a second ad. So it was 112, a video and an image, a static image. So what I heard about it that, well, you have to give options to your public.
But I
So
had
if-
exactly the same ad. You know, the 115.
Uh-huh.
The 5 ad is all same. Somehow, Facebook is somehow, because once you got the 5, Facebook don't treat the exactly as the same. Even exactly create same creative, and then some of them are really give a good stuff. So it's because I researched it and then ad library, a lot of people they do. Some people had I think a 15 ad. You know, I saw the 6 ad. So it's I wonder because its budget is same. It's come from campaign level CBO. You know, but it's exactly same ad. Facebook is algorithm is I don't know how, you know, that if you go to ad set, usually we put the minimum price, you know, something like that. But
Mhm,
the last level you going, I don't know exactly, but Facebook is treat exactly same ad. They different you know the way, and then
They do that even if you duplicate the ad set level. You know, there's you can have 3 different ad sets, and then one can be
yeah. But I'm
like
saying
$3.
stat is very good, and then they have a more sale. That's the I think a guy in what's the lady she had like $1,000 with revision, and they did that one. And then what she only did when had the good vein, usually copy there, put it, you know, the more ad set. So she always kept the 5 set somehow. Got performed the best. They had a $250, and then they always had a like 3 times ROI and something like that. So it's I mean, yeah, it's nobody do it. It doesn't really make sense, but somehow it's you got to do something nobody done it before. I think it's most important. Basically, we treat it as different. That's now I'm seeing because if you go mind logic, sometimes we're never gonna understand Facebook exactly 100%.
I have a question because you know, when I started campaign and duplicated 3 ad sets, I always got 1 rejected. So if you're doing what you just said, you're only duplicating at the ad level.
Yeah.
You have a rejection rate if you're saying, "Oh, I'm going to duplicate 5 ads, same
Once
5 ads."
you
Does
can
it get?
use the
Does
post
individual-
ID. You can do the post ID. You can do the post ID. So boom, boom, boom will be less rejection.
No, even when I did post ID, and duplicated it 3 times because that's what I was trained to do by Jay. He's like, do 3. And so does Tammy, right? She's like, duplicate 3. The third one always got rejected, even with the post ID. And that's where I stopped using the post ID because they give you an option to go edit it. And I could never edit it because if it's a post ID, it's like locked in, right?
Mhm.
But exactly, you can do you do the 2 first, and then you add one more.
Yeah, that's my strategy now. When I submit and publish, I always do 2, and then when it's approved, and I might consider adding a third one. You know,
My case is a strong like account, so I do the 5, and then they usually approve. They not approve same time, 2 first, and sometimes 5, 2. So sometimes they had to reject, the.
I don't understand their logic. It's the same stuff, and then what deems the identical ad, what deems it a rejection, and the others. It's so crazy, you know.
That's the reason you don't want to understand Facebook. You make.
But there's patterns though. There's patterns, and you want to avoid that. You know, they have a pattern, so. Right, if you constantly keep getting your third ad set rejected, and you're not gonna do it anymore, right? So I just stopped doing it because I'm like, I don't.
What I'm doing, I can show what I'm doing with the. So no, I will say nowadays I become more mindful, as you said. So everything happen, result will tell you something. So I will go backward, and then I don't want to hurt by Facebook. If I put the negative vibration, anything, now family stuff and everything coming, I can just that's okay, I'm be good at it,
It's about being unattached, just not taking it personally.
yes. So,
Not be like the Buddha, just not be attached, like move on, like it's
yeah,
not personal, like don't take it personal.
no, I'm not taking personal.
I know I'm not saying you are, but we have to stop like taking what Facebook does personally and go, okay, if this is what it is, you have to like find a different option, like move on to something else, you can't like dwell on it. I have a question for you. You said, Sig, when you scale, did you say you did 20, 50, 100, 400, 800? Is that what you do? 20, 50, 100?
No, I always start at 50.
Oh, you always do a $50 test campaign, $50?
Yeah. Every test for everything I start at 50. And even because I feel that I know like the minimum, right?
That's
I know
right.
the minimum to put a campaign on. So for example, for Lean Belly or for Renew, I started those, and recently I starting everything at $83. Don't ask me why 83, but
That's
I'm
true.
using 83.
Oh, that is I maybe share Michael told me Nick was showing like that. Actually, you go to your previous data, you can check your average sale, which dollar you had. So it's that's the amount you should go. There is a dollar. You go back to your weight loss campaign. So you check what the the amount you had per sale. So maybe $80 or $50. That you said that you can check that number.
Yeah, but the problem there is that again, if we don't have the iOS conversions, so it's going to show a higher number. Let's say it's going to show, let's say 120, when the reality is like 80, because you are missing, let's say, 3 conversions from iOS.
But average, just Nick was showing that calculate that number, and then you go that way. Oh,
Yeah, that's a good idea, but it's better to do it on ClickBank, because that's where the real money is.
Yeah.
Yes, because what he's saying because it's kind of the loss control, because the $80 you get the one sale, so you become twice, or like you got 25%, you got to stop it. Some there is no sale, like you got to stop early as possible, otherwise you're gonna bleeding a lot of people. Maybe gonna so it'll happen tomorrow, so it's a lot of people didn't stop, and then we are bleeding a lot, and then ended up your ROI is I've been doing too. I lost a lot of money like that. So it's actually that's a strategy stock people doing. When you stock, you don't know you're gonna down up, so you gotta have a stop loss number. If you go up, your stop number would go up together. So it's that's I'm learning some stock, the option too. That's very important. A lot of people, you wanna win the stock, you have to have a loss plan, exit plan, but we maybe not have that one.
Allison's the one with the glasses. She said, when your ROI drops to 50%, that's when you should pause it. 50% is her magic number. If your ROI starts going down to 50%, like don't wait till it goes down any further, because that's gonna be a money loss. So if your ROI at 50, it went from like 600% ROI, and you're like hoping you're gonna get another sale. And if it comes to a point where it's 50%, she says to pause the account. That's the number.
Anyway,
That's easier than trying to analyze all these numbers. Well, I'm not able to, because that's hard for me, but if you don't want to analyze,
that happened to me, because when I did the bully method, it was the time when the iOS changes came to life. So it was around April 16.
Okay.
And I knew that the day was April 16, but I was still running and doing bully method, and everyone was saying, hey, the traffic is awful. And I was thinking, okay, I'm going to run it just one more day. And I run all that week, and I lost all of that week. And so something like a lesson learned is that 50% that Jimmy is saying, for me is even bigger, because we have to take into account that we pay taxes.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we got the exchange rate.
Yeah, and at least Son and myself, we have to pay to get the money to our country.
And
that is like 4% more on top of it.
Right.
So I did that mistake, because I was thinking only on 100%, but I need to not consider 100. I need to consider 113, and that's with taxes, and then 4 more, then 117, and with 117 I get even, not with 100. And I was using 100 for the first
so
like I don't know, 3 months or something.
That's
so I was thinking that I was going good, but at the end of the day, without that 17%, I was doing pretty bad.
That's right. Same thing. I had experienced exactly the same thing. So see, I'm taking another class called some investment. So they teach that part. So they teach that part with the indicator. You have the indicator. You've got the loss plan is very important, because a lot of people are losing stock because of them. Because of that, sale gonna happen, or they maybe gonna go up. That's religion psychology. That's the very good psychology. So it's,
okay, guys. It's a little late for me. But yes.
Thank you, Sid. Thank you so much.
Sig, you're going to create a little file for us. Is that right? And we're gonna put Sarah Care diabetes file, so that we can all input whatever we're gonna share for next week. So we can discuss diabetes next week.
In Korea has a lot of a put massage and put idea, because it's Asian. You put has every organ, so it's they have a lot of a picture about that.
So Sarah Care. Okay, wonderful then. Thank you so much, guys.
Yes.
See you
thank
next
for
week.
having me.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye.